We still move 42.5 nautical miles. We're incredibly quick, even though we're so heavily armoured. Might want better AA on radar at some point. Yeah, we will do, but I think that can be something we refit. So we're going to go with fire control. We're going to go with radar, because these are actually screen crushers at this point. Because again, I haven't come across submarines. Alright, so what are we going to call this? That is the next pertinent question. So the Eagle Slayer was the last ship, so I think that this is going to be the Matthew Sutton. I feel like we've used that name. Yes, we did. We have the Sutton class early destroyer. So this is then going to be the Hungry Gamer. Alright. Let's put those into production. And off we go. Let's speed 5 this for a bit. Oh, we have even more shipyards, really? Oh, bloody hell. Ah! This okay. America. These boats are a bit expensive. Can't even afford them all. See, this is why it really needs to tell you the actual price. Okay, now we can see it costs 7 steel per point. And the 1 chromium. The chromium I can afford. The fact it doesn't tell you that here is infuriating. Why doesn't it? So what is it that's costing so much steel? It's the armor. Tier 1 doesn't actually cost any steel. So that would be 6. Guessing the turrets are costing, yeah, 2. And these? These don't cost any. That's a little bit surprising. They're just very production cost intensive. The AA also doesn't. So I think the base ship is like 3. Then there was 2 from this, 2 from these. No, 1 from these. Could actually make these dual purpose main guns. Oh no, they're same price. And these come with more hit points, which I do actually want, because we are up against capital ship fleets. So they need to be tough enough to hit and run properly. I don't think we can really afford to make them much cheaper. Well, there goes my industry. This is ridiculously expensive. These things had better be better than heavy cruisers, because we're never building a heavy cruiser at this rate. Can't unlock any other resources, can we? Oh! You know what? This is not a problem. Because we haven't actually done any of the resource extraction technologies at all. And we have the Northern Territories, which produce 44 steel. And we also have Victoria, which produces 16. We actually produce a lot of steel, I just haven't needed it up until this point. Can I import using Malaya and use the discount? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can. And we probably should. Yeah, there we go. Good suggestion. And chromium, can't get from Malaya. Oil, we could get from Malaya. And I think we're going to have to. Sorry, America. What? There we go. We can actually kind of afford that. Alright, you're saying that should be 28. Why am I not actually... Okay, now I am. There we go. Malaya's helping me balance the books a bit because of the stupid way that puppets work. Although in this instance it's actually useful. Because we're getting the amount of resources we actually need. I could also be saving a bit from the Netherlands, though this is gonna be making Malaya want independence if I do this. No, I don't think I can afford to do that. Because I think Malaya's already got a pretty high independence wish. Actually no, not really. I was expecting Malaya to have more autonomy because of them actually being a very large portion of my armed forces. But where they've actually been deployed, we haven't been fighting. Because they're the ones who are going to be responsible for holding Malaya and Borneo, and those just haven't been attacked. I do think I want a little bit more oil. There we go. Yeah, individually the modules tell you how much steel it costs, but the actual overall cost for a ship, you know, where it would suggest what resources are required, it doesn't actually tell you what resources are actually required. It just says, this is going to require steel and chromium, probably. Doesn't tell you this is going to require 7 steel per shipyard. Can I steal Navy tech from Japan? Probably, though at the moment I'm more interested in just building up the spy network so I can actually see more about what their navy is doing. Because yeah, we're hovering around 70% intel and I want it to get to 80. Okay, so we're now up to 74% intel efficiency here in Java, which is good. Huzzah! Huzzah! Hey, Kick-Ass! Thank you very much for the generosity you're showing right here with the gifted subs. Thank you very much for that, Kick-Ass. Much appreciate that. Huzzah! Pure Lock MF, Misty Greed, Wilbur the Renegade, the Mr. Rennock, and Rebel-like. Congratulations on the gifted subs. Thank you, Kick-Ass. Really, really do appreciate that. Huzzah! I remember getting a super heavy battleship that was about 14 or 16 steel per dockyard, but still, that's a super heavy battleship versus a light cruiser. Huzzah! I mean, the 7-to-1 or 7 steel, 1 chromium I'd expect for something like a heavy cruiser, possibly. A battleship, certainly. But a light cruiser? I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, 5. We need to do research, but first of all, we are out of oil. How the hell did that happen so quickly? We are gaining 3.5, we're using 4.6. What's suddenly got more expensive? The Air Force has apparently come alive. Well, that's all the oil I can buy. So you're going to have to make do with that. And there's the Kangaroo. Right, so we want to get the Beaufighter, which is the new close air support. We also want to upgrade our guns. to the 1939 model. Probably also the fighting abilities. Then we want to upgrade our plane, so the Kangaroo is going to get a bigger engine, it's going to get better range. And we'll splash out fully on that. And we'll upgrade the CA-17 to the Kangaroo Mark 1s. Which of course is going to cost more aluminium, because why wouldn't it? Except I have no factories. In that case, that's not important. This is important. Time for Australian mining sector to come alive. I see great things in your future. Great things. Your light cruisers are pocket heavy cruisers. I mean, they kind of are. The only thing that they lack is the heavy armament. They're heavily armoured, though, for light cruisers. Very heavily armoured for light cruisers. My light cruisers are more akin to modern destroyers. Like, actually modern destroyers. Whereas World War II destroyers are more like modern frigates. It's interesting how the ship classes have changed over time. Missile cruisers being more like battleships. And there we go. Our light cruiser fleet has killed enemy light cruiser and some destroyers. So it looks like they're starting to try to do some fleet screens down here. Escort efficiency. Intel efficiency is suddenly 105%. Why? What's changed? Except that I guess some more ships arrived. Enemy... They still have 10 times more superiority in this area. Even with our mine coverage increasing by ship amount impact by 96%. Which is kind of laughable. Alright, they are actually getting a little bit worrying up here. So I think... No, Northern Territory shipyard's way more important. Naval base, rather. How's the mine main coming along? 600. Damage 2, sunk 3. Damage 2, sunk 2. I don't know how often these reset, because that was definitely higher. Maybe it's every year? Because we have definitely damaged more than 2 and sunk more than 2. Canada's Navy in World War II had hundreds of corvettes. Yeah, that's a ship class that's not even considered in this. I wonder how many troops Japan's lost attacking that strait. Well, I can tell you how many Japan has lost full stop against us. 800,000. And we have lost far less. I think we're about 100,000. 102. So 8-1 kill death. That's up from the 5-1 that we had last time I checked. Oh dear. They are actually making a bit of headway here. Agent is being captured. We'll go and break him out then. Ooh, we gained a new skill. Linguist, I think. Still don't have Japanese fluency with the other characters yet. Right, well, obviously that's not heavy enough defense yet, so we need to upgrade that a bit more. And I think we do... Yeah, we actually have some factory slots again now. Which is going to take even more civilian factories to build. But we should gain some civvy factories as these get completed, because we won't need to import nearly as much. I missed the trireme. Been told that the Arleigh Burke destroyers are only called destroyers because they can get approval for a new light cruiser, but could for a new destroyer despite it being the same design. Interesting. Yeah, we could definitely spread the raiders out a little bit more now. Just need to try and keep that raider efficiency up. Do we have air coverage over Bismarck? We don't. Well, I happen to know that I have a lot of scout planes, so we definitely could. And the Solomon Sea would also have to fly from here. Thankfully, this is a really big airbase. Not going to get a lot of coverage, but so it goes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Run away! Run away! We're doing a bucket load of damage to their screens. What the hell? We killed them all! These aren't even the modern cruisers. You know your cruisers are effective when? Like even my old 1936 cruisers, yeah. They were good. They were actually really good for 1936. They had several modules which definitely shouldn't have been available. Alright, awesome. Now you just need to escape. Yeah, you failed. The rest of you just need to escape. There's too many ships here. I cannot afford this. Wait, did they catch the rest? Why is there only... Oh, okay, they're off repairing. Oh, man, that had me a bit concerned. What is the US doing? Who knows? Probably busy in Germany. Because that attack is going in full swing. Oh, Yugoslavia has been liberated in the meantime. You blink and suddenly Yugoslavia is in the Allies again. Oh, and Denmark. Norway seems to have been abandoned by the Allies. Retook Oslo and they're like, yeah, we're done. Bye. Remember when Germany was just on the outskirts of Minsk and of Kiev? Not anymore. Not anymore. Hell, even Bulgaria is starting to fall. Good guy Tito is back. Is it Tito who's in charge right now? Nope. Paul. It's still democratic. Well, non-aligned. They're not communist. Right. Well, we're getting more and more of these done. We could probably do with more construction now. We could definitely do with buying in less steel. And suddenly, things are looking a lot healthier for the Australians. Yep, those excavation tax definitely made a difference. And I think that's also going to give me, yeah, access to some more bauxite and also some more land appropriation. I don't think I've ever pressed this button quite as often as I have in this game. And there's excavation 1, which took longer than 2 and 3 for some reason. Cap and growth. Retention and cap. I'll take the growth. And even more steel. Suddenly we're back up to 7 factories building. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Almost. Whoa! Glad I spotted that. That would have been bad. So I feel like you could probably spare these 2 divisions and have you defending here instead. Now, are you automatically going to move? Because I somewhat suspect that's going to be a no. Wait, did you... What? He just abandoned the fight. It's like, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't like this. They're shooting at us. Somebody shot me. What is it with your refusal to sail? I don't get it. I don't think I've disabled movement through this area. Nope. It's just not using transports. I've had to do this manually every single time for some reason. Embarking is hard, yeah, apparently. You can get a bonus building slot by decision if you get a state to level 10 infrastructure with region-wide industrial integration. Oh, that's what the requirement for that is. I never knew that that actually required 10 infrastructure. Because I tend to get 10 infrastructure everywhere anyway, it's always been available. I just rarely actually had the political power spare. It's got to be one of the first games where I've had this much spare political power, where I can actually just keep popping that button. So what does the magical shield do? It means that you refuse to retreat. So even if you run out of organization, or rather, it stops your organization going down. It means you take more damage to strength, which is the golden bar, but your green bar refuses to move. So it's an excellent way of like holding your ground here until reinforcements arrive, which is effectively what we're doing at the moment. These are still cavalry, but we are slowly upgrading them to motorized. Speaking of which, we can definitely upgrade them to motorized at this point. And I shall do that. Yes, we can afford that. There are 28 left. And we can also afford to give everyone engineers now. Yes, we can. Which is going to make them a lot better on the defense. And now these are officially motorized divisions. So the extra 15% defense that we've got from our army commanders is now actually going to count. The combined arms expert. Which for cavalry I don't believe it does. And it allows you to get that too. Glorious. Here come the reinforcements. God, that is so much faster. Awesome. Oh no! Oh, actually, that could... So Japan just came really close to actually taking this island, or taking this crossing. And then just as my reinforcements arrived, they decided to break my cipher, which probably would have been enough to push me back. But now definitely won't be. Well played, Japan. Well played. Research mechanized already did. We do actually have access to mechanized, I just don't think I can afford it right now to build them. We actually got mech 2s. Could probably try to research mech 3s. What did we name the intelligence agency? Our intelligence agency is called the Down Undercover. which somehow lost out to Crocodile Search E, which I'm still disappointed by. But don't get me wrong, Dan Undercover is a pretty good name. Didn't I want to research getting materials out of the ground? You mean like all of these, which have already been researched? I already did. Oh, except our demand for steel has gone up again. Damn it! Why did that demand for steel go up again? I didn't change production in anything. I don't think I changed production in ships or anything like that. Anything that's changed is aircraft, and that was for aluminium, which we produce anyway. I'm a little bit confuzzled by that one. Shipyard repaired? I don't think that matters. Huzzah! I don't think that... Oh! Hello, guys! Time for you to get some training. Oh, these things are beautiful. We got our first Hungry Gamers out. Hey, they're slower than I was promised. 38 nautical miles? Aren't they? I thought they were supposed to be like 42. They are. So why are they slower? That's a 40. That's a 42. I guess it takes some time to get up to speed or something? Speed penalty from the Z-zone. Oh, there might have been a storm or something going on. Yeah, that's possible. There we go, 42. Yeah, must have been a storm. Fair enough. Man, Japan is determined to come across here. Norway has capitulated. Actually, I think Norway had capitulated before, but they've just capitulated again. Alright, so we went and saved... No, we infiltrated the... intelligence. The civics.